Good morning. I want to talk about pleasure and increasing our capacities for pleasure. I got the compliment by a lover this week that in our lovemaking, I was so in surrender and that there was so much to witness and so much that he could see what's going on in me. And that gave him so much pleasure to see me being able to get into my pleasure that much. And that's what I want for everyone. And it has me thinking on about like what makes it that I used to be really bad at feeling pleasure and receiving pleasure, asking for what I wanted, like really, really bad, as in sex wasn't much fun. I could like only just perform the actions instead of like letting it move through me. And I think a lot has to do with getting to know my body, noticing what I feel when I feel it. That's called interoception. And also knowing, there's this other concept which I really enjoy. It's called proprioception. It's the knowledge, the idea of how our body moves in space and noticing how our body moves in space. Those two things combined with the ability to really focus on what my senses bring in, like the information that's coming in through my senses. Our senses, our sensory system is our it's the fine line between the outer world and our inner world, right? It's how, like, literally sound comes in, visuals come in. So it's how the outer world is penetrating our inner world. And the more we feel, the more we can be like mindfully present with that. The more we feel, actually, the more pleasure we can take in. And then there is the whole part of how much do I allow myself to feel? So is there any shame? Is there any conditioning? Is there anything we've learned that we could unlearn to, not have the brain that even if we do all these proprioceptions and letting the senses move us, but what if the brain is still holding us back? We still don't feel much, no? So when we learn to, relax the brain a little bit, we get to feel more. And this is what I'm so excited about. I'm now designing this new workshop that I'm going to host next weekend in 1.5 weeks. It's called A Feast for the Senses. And it's basically all about, opening those gateways, these gateways of how does it feel in my body? What is coming into my body? What stimuli are coming into my body? Do I feel them? How do I feel them? Where do I feel them? How does my body feel in space? And what's holding me back from feeling all that? And then we get to feel more. We get to feel more pleasure. And that's the point in a workshop where we'll actually start playing with tasting, with watching, with listening, with feeling, with noticing, with hearing. Smelling is such a fun one. And also, if we use senses that we usually don't use much, and for a lot of people that is the scent, the nose, the smell, we might, break our patterns because we're doing something different. And that's one of the things, sniffing people is so much fun. It's definitely, there's one exercise I'll reveal is that, there's of course always consent and, you can take it as edgy and as far as you want. But sniffing people, did you know that if you smell someone, that probably their left elbow smells different than their right one? And 10 centimeters from their elbow is smelling different again. And that exercise that I once did years ago, like totally opened up something for me because it was something I would never consider doing. And then when I did it, it was like, this is out of the box and this is so much fun. It really helped me to break the common patterns so that later on I could also use what I learned in watching and in listening. It created like some sort of an opening of not just doing A to B to C to D until Z, as that, the common pathway that I always follow, but to really be in the moment and be like, okay, what do I actually notice right now? What do I register and where is it impacting me? And how does it feel? And how much can I allow myself to actually fully feel it? So, if this is like something you're very interested about, I still have some places for this workshop in 10 days called Feast for the Senses in Utrecht. Utrecht, the Netherlands. And you'd be so welcome there. It would be so much fun to play with you. I'm going to bring so many yummy things. My car is going to be so packed. But I'm so excited. So maybe see you there. And until then, see you somewhere and sending you so much love. I hope you'll feel something. I hope you'll feel some pleasure today. Oh, and share it with me. What pleasure do you feel right now? Let's yum life up a little. All right. I think this is my first Instagram live and I have no idea where to end it. Maybe it's this button. Let's see. It's not. Oh my God. How do I end this? All right. Maybe it's this one. Yes, it's this button. All right. Thank you. I hope you experienced some pleasure today. Sending you so much love. My name is Ulrike Sophia from exploringdeeper.com and sending you so much love.